Hello, everyone.
Hi.
How's it going?
So welcome to season 2, episode 1 of the Let's Talk Business podcast.
We're back.
We're back. It's good to be back, man. It's good to be back. We've been busy over the last few months. You know, it's not like we were just out here not doing anything. We've been working really hard, and today we've got a special guest with us. So, Diallo, founder of Deevelopmedia. Do you want to give yourself a little bit more of an introduction? Give everybody a little bit more insight into what you do?
So, my name is Diallo Williams. I run Deevelopmedia, which basically involves video content, photography, events, promotions, all that kind of stuff, really. And main focus at the moment is music videos, just because of the creative aspect of it. But there's other avenues as well that I'll be looking to get into.
Okay. And what made you get into video production?
Let me get into video production. I would say editing caught my eye at first, because originally I was interested in computer animation, and then I gave that a try at college, and it wasn't really for me. And then going into university, I'd still say I wasn't really too sure what I wanted to do, but I knew I wanted to be hands-on in creating something. So I decided to do a course in digital film and screen arts, which involved a range of different things, really. It was very experimental as well, so it gave me the opportunity to kind of figure out where I wanted to take it. And that's when I just came across editing and understanding how to put images and clips together to create either a story or something like that. And then I'd say after that, I kind of realized, well, I have to kind of start learning how to shoot stuff. So invested in the camera and decided that I wanted to shoot music videos, because I've always enjoyed music, and I just like the process of creating and putting together a video for artists. So that's where that area came into things.
Cool.
How long have you been running Deevelopmedia? And as well, do you remember your first music video, what it was like?
Yeah. I'd say it's been about maybe 2.5 years properly, I'd say. Obviously the last half of the year, I'd say from 2016, was just me figuring stuff out, trying stuff out, shooting videos here and there, just to kind of understand where I lie with that kind of craft, and just experiencing things, working with people, understanding how people work as a whole. And then once I kind of was comfortable and a bit more confident in my abilities, then I kind of branched out to a different type of audience in terms of artist-wise. And just started working with people who had I'd say a bit more of a creative vision in terms of where they wanted their project to go. So, and in terms of my first music video, that would be 2016, I believe. It was July, I think August, 2016 August.
Do you remember what the video was?
Yeah, it was a music video for artists, and it involved kind of like, I'd say it was supposed to be in an apartment, and then a studio based kind of set. So we did shoot it in the apartment, but due to other complications for the next day, we weren't able to shoot it in the studio. So we had to kind of, basically I had to improvise with the music video in terms of putting it together. We just used the shots that we captured within the apartment. I felt like it went good. Like, for my first music video, I feel like I put it together well. there were skills that I'd learned prior to actually shooting it, and just understanding the basic kind of needs and understandings of what goes into a music video. So as before getting into shooting my first music video, I did a lot of kind of research into other directors who had obviously done the same thing at a certain stage in their career, so they gave a lot of advice. And one of the directors was Jacob Owens. He runs a company called the Buff Nerds, and he worked with a few artists such as Kyle, Futuristic, Sam King. I think he's worked with a couple other people, I'm not too sure, but so basically I followed him for a while, just off the back of an artist that he had worked with, and I liked the way he kind of explained a lot of things to people through his YouTube channel, and he gave a lot of advice, and he would put together packages for you to obviously download, buy, and use that information to work your kind of skill and craft into a kind of a system that works for you. So off of that, I use those kind of skills and tools to make my first music video, which I feel like if I didn't know that, it would have gone probably a lot different to what I would have.
So it's a good thing that you had like that sort of.
I had that basic knowledge of things, like just shooting in. Whenever you're shooting anything live, always shoot 24 frames. Any type of slow motion, 60 frames, 50 to 60 frames upwards for any slow motion. These are all things I wasn't aware of at the time, so I was able to implement that into my work without it looking too amateur-ish. So those kind of things helped me a lot. Obviously helped me develop my style and my kind of way of working with videos and things.
Let's talk about the creative process really quick. So it'll be interesting to let people know, during the beginning processes of Deevelopmedia, how was you getting in contact with people for videos? Was it more a case of you putting yourself out there? Were people contacting you? How did that go?
I'd say at first it was, I don't think at first I really put myself out there, because I was still trying to understand everything. I knew I wanted to shoot stuff, but I was still trying to figure things out. I didn't really know how to move in terms of finding people and things. And then people came to me, I would feel like family, friends, or just of knowing me. And then that's when I started doing a few videos, and off the back of that, they might have had a friend that done a video.
So referrals.
And then, so that's how it started originally. And I'd shoot a few videos here and there, and then I think once I kind of understood where I wanted to go, and obviously I'm looking at other people's videos that are out there and just seeing how they create work, and I kind of wanted to change how I was doing things. So then I started reaching out to other artists that I liked, either their music or what it was about. And I just reached out to people just to kind of kickstart getting a few videos here, just to kind of have that content to bring to people, as well as going through that learning stages of shooting videos and maybe getting certain things wrong at times, and just learning from that each time I go into a new project. So there's a lot of things I did learn over that process in terms of time management on the day of shooting, double checking everything. So that's memory cards, batteries, equipment, even like making sure if the shot's in focus. Because I have had shoots where I've filmed something and it's been out of focus, either due to me trying to get through the shot as quick as possible because we're running out of time, or just the environment that we're in is just a bit hectic. So yeah, those kind of small areas there is where I've learned to kind of be very precise in what either I need to do or need to remember So.
And this brings me on to the next part of the question. Now that you are 2-3 years deep into Deevelopmedia, do you now pick and choose who you work with? Is there a specific style you like to create? Like, how does that work for you now?
Yeah, I think because at the moment I kind of took like a back step on things, and kind of just, I wanted to just figure out where I saw myself going with videos and what I was passionate about working on. So prior to that, a lot of the projects I did, I'd say last year that I worked on were a few projects that I really did enjoy and are more kind of passion projects, because as well as me having a passion for it, the person I'm working with needs to have a passion for what
For their craft as well, yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, if they just want to come and shoot a quick video or whatever, then I know that there's no thought process into it, which is cool sometimes, because obviously if they come to me and they don't really have an understanding of where they want to take it, I'm perfectly fine to obviously put something together and present that to them, as long as they're obviously accepting of what I'm going to present to them.
Yeah.
So there needs to be that mutual understanding there, and yeah, I'm very. I say before I would take anything, and then just for the money in general, and then I kind of realized that I'm not doing it for the money. I'm doing it to create good work where I can then present that to other people and let them see how I work. So yeah, I just started just doing stuff that I liked working on, making sure I've got a strong enough, I guess you could say, a reel of work to go off of, and yeah, man, just try and enjoy stuff that I'm shooting and filming, just rather than doing it because it's there or because someone's come in contact with me. So yeah, I say that's one of the things. I'm always wary about who I work with as well. The energy has to be right. If the energy's not right, then
gut instinct.
Yeah, man. If the energy's not right and I'm not too comfortable around you,
we're gonna get into that later.
Yeah, and I feel like we're maybe not on the same page or certain things, then majority of the time I'm not gonna be passionate about it, and I might not do the job to my best ability. So in the past I would have done that, and now I kind of realized even if I'm in a situation like that, still produce good work because it's something that I'm gonna have for myself to show people.
Yeah,
no matter how bad the project is going, or if you feel like the individual isn't working well, then just keep it moving, create what you need to create, and then move on to the next one. Cool. And learn from that, really.
Cool. So this goes on to my next question, which is you've worked with some quite notable names.
Yeah.
If you want to give us a little bit more of like kind of an insight into that, so the types of people you've worked with, the places that you've gone to for work. We know that you're self-employed, so this is all pretty much like, well, this is like your full-time role or full-time job, full-time business.
Yeah.
Well, I say yeah, because I still do my other work on the side. So I think once I get to that point where I'm doing it for full-time, then it will be a lot different, I think.
Okay.
At the moment, I was just like building up to it. I was finding my feet, really.
Yeah.
I was finding my feet. So I think currently I'm at a stage where I've been doing it for a bit now, and I understand how certain things should work and run. Obviously, I'm still learning a lot more, but I think I'm a lot more confident in my skill in putting something together. Before, I would question a lot of things I would do, and now I kind of just go with my gut instinct and be like, cool. If I feel like this was gonna work, I'm gonna try it out and run with that. And if I don't feel like something's gonna work, then I will have another idea that I want to kind of put in place.
Cool. And about the types of places that you've been to and the people you've worked with.
Yeah, I worked with some cool artists. That I think I worked with. I went to Belgium and New York with an artist, and we shot a video out there. Hasn't been released yet. Still waiting on it. So it's a big one.
Oh, is that why? Is it confidential?
Yeah.
Do I have to scrub it?
No. It's cool. We can talk about it, but it's just not out yet. So obviously the artist is a guy called Big Cousin, and then he had a feature on it with the artist called Stally. So we shot that in New York. That was a cool experience because it's weird because when I'm on shoots, I do like to plan it, but because it's abroad, I didn't really have any way to plan what I was gonna do. So I knew it was going to New York. I knew it was gonna be in a certain place. I didn't actually know what the location was gonna look like until I think like maybe I'd say I knew what the place looked like at the beginning of the week, but I didn't know how I was gonna shoot it until towards the end. So
I think it's a bit difficult because obviously, you know, you can only do so much research when you're not there.
Yeah, because I'd say that kind of shoot is more, there's still structure, but it's more of a guerrilla type shoot. So you kind of go to the areas, you look around, see what looks cool, and then you just grab what you can, which I like. I don't mind doing that because it's spontaneous. So you just kind of, you're looking at stuff very critical, like what looks good or how can I make this look visually appealing. So I think we had a bunch of shots that we took out there. I think I used we must have had like 8 to 10 different scenes, and I think I must use like 4 or 5 in the actual video. So
okay.
A lot of stuff didn't make it into the video, which is fine. That normally happens, and then some obviously did. So, but I feel like overall it went. I feel like it was a good video. I liked it. It's one of my favorites at the moment. First time being in New York, so that was real cool. Yeah, man, it was good. Like the artist was cool. Yeah, it didn't feel. Thinking back to when I first started doing videos, something like that would have been
surreal.
Like, yeah, surreal to me. I'm like, wow, I'm going out there to do that. So, but when you're actually out there, it still feels normal. It doesn't feel like I've got a big shoot and I'm out somewhere else doing work abroad, but how can I explain it?
You don't feel like
you're out of place.
Yeah, I guess I wouldn't say I was worried about the shoot because I'm confident in what I do, but there's always that doubt in the back of your mind to say, what could go wrong on the day?
Yeah. So
my whole thing was weather, because it was going to be outside the majority of the time. I didn't want it to rain. Like there didn't need to be no sun. That wasn't my thing. I didn't want any rain. So luckily that day, I think it rained at the beginning of the morning, probably like from 8 to 11, and then we started about 1, and then the rest of the day it was just sweet the rest of the day. So we it was a decent day. There wasn't really too many issues. I think the only issue I had on the day was I forgot to bring an ND filter for one of my lenses. So, and it was quite bright that day. So I had to, which is fine. I just had to change the settings on my camera to what I usually do. But it's fine. I'm used to that because things change all the time on set, so you have to adapt. And yeah, I feel like the build up to that moment, everything I kind of done and gone through, scenarios that haven't worked out accordingly, it all kind of makes up for it when you're in situations like that, and you're kind of just in a space where there's no real structure. You kind of have to work with what you got and just see how things go.
Cool. And well, lastly, I wanted to ask you about your finances. So you run your own business. How do you manage your finances? Is it difficult? Is it easy? How easy or difficult is it for you to collect payment from customers? How does your process work? There's like 3 questions in there. I'm sorry. Should we do the first one, which is the first one's like, how do you manage your finances whilst running a business? I
think for me, the first thing I learned was invest in myself. Any money that I got, whether it was from a shoot or just out of anywhere, like other work, I invested in it. My first camera I got was when I was in uni. I got some extra, what was it called? It was like a bursary or something, some extra bursary that, excuse me, that came my way. So first thing I did was like, I need to get a camera. So I spent, I think it was maybe about, at the time, £600 on the camera, which is mad because the camera I've got now, I got for 400 and it was used. It's still in good condition, but yeah. So at the time, I did my research on it, and thinking back now, I probably could have got a better camera for that price, but you know, it's a starter camera, so it does what you need to do so far. So yeah, just investing in equipment, just resources that I needed, and any little thing that I felt was gonna add value to my work. So that's why I was always, even till now, I'm always looking at things like, oh, this is cool. How can I use that? And then at one point, I was just buying so much stuff. I had to kind of slow down and be like, what do I actually need? What am I going to be using? And how is it going to incorporate itself into my work? So that's when I kind of slowed down on purchases and focused on stuff that I needed. Because there's always stuff you want, but at the same time, it's not necessarily what you need. So, yeah, I just say invest in yourself. Don't worry if things go wrong from time to time. Just keep investing in yourself. Save what money you got, and yeah, just try and keep things going.
Cool. If there was anybody, well, actually no, there was another question, wasn't there? Blimey. The other question was, what was my other question?
Let me ask the question.
Sure, you can ask it.
So Diallo, with your finances, basically you're essentially self-employed, so you know, do you use like QuickBooks or whatever to keep track of your expenditures? Like, do you have an accountant?
At the moment, I don't have an accountant. I kind of do everything myself. I kind of watch what I spend. I have a separate account for the money that I get from my work, from my videos and stuff that go into that, and that kind of sits in there until I need to touch it for whatever reason. So yeah, I'll just kind of keep all my money for purposes that for things that need to be spent, really.
Yeah, so essentially you have like a personal business. Yeah. Okay.
So that kind of thing. But at the moment, I'm still learning about a lot of things to do with financial stuff and business and obviously what to do with your money and how to market things as well. So it's still a learning process at the moment. So there's still things that I'm not too sure or understand about, but I'm still always kind of trying to learn small things here and there just to kind of open my eyes to the bigger picture of what it is to kind of run your business and what things you should do or what things you shouldn't be doing. So yeah, man, a few mistakes have been made here and there. But yeah, man, we bounced back.
Yeah, no. So I just had to ask that question because obviously you're someone who's on the creative side of your field. So I just wanted to see, like, obviously you're running a business as well. I wanted to see how you deal with all areas of your business, not just the creative side as well. Because I had to, in season 1, I beat Cory up about his finances as well.
I'm not even a creative like that either. So
it's weird because for me, like, eventually I want to get to a point where I don't need to worry about handling my family. Obviously, I'll overlook it and things, but I want to have that handled separately and just let me focus on the creative side things. But I do believe you should always be
in the
know of your financial situation. Never let someone take full control of that. And as much as you can trust someone, always, because it's your money at the end of the day. So if anything goes wrong, there's no one to blame but yourself.
Exactly. Yeah, you need to have an understanding of yourself.
You have to understand. So I feel like you should always understand every area that you need to kind of that's involved in your business. So yeah, that's why I'm still kind of learning things in that field as well, so I can eventually make a better financial situation for myself, really.